What's up guys, it's Captain X Production 72 and welcome to the 1000 subscriber special in which I promised to wear this helmet, which, yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to last with this thing on. It is kind of awkward. I do wear glasses, so it's, if it's a full-on helmet, I don't think this really works 100%. But we do have the questions written down, so we have 20 questions. I've almost given it longer, like some of the questions, like they were really good ones as well. It's kind of like, just think of this as the slight return of You Asked It, but also not really. So that's the best look at this. We'll see how long I can make it on with the helmet. But yeah, thank you for 1000 subscribers. And I think I've reached the point where I'm wanting the helmet off. Yeah, we definitely reached the top. I mean, it's not like I'm hiding my identity. I've shown my face on here a few times. I've shown my face on a couple of episodes of You Asked It, and I believe I also showed my face off in I think it was the 500 subscriber special, which was like 3 years ago. This is the helmet. For anyone wondering, it does come apart. It's got like bicycle type helmet things here. There we go. Just gonna fix that. But this is from Hasbro from 2008. It's a clone trooper kind of clone. Obviously, came out with all the Clone War stuff, and it does talk and stuff. I was going to try and wear it for the video, but with my glasses, as you can see, they're also kind of broken at the moment, so I don't quite want to do that. So yeah, but still a pretty cool helmet. I got this at the kind of Comic-Con haul video. If you saw that from about a week and a half ago, that's where that came from. But I'll put it. I'll just have to shove it over there. But this will be a fun video. I'm looking forward to doing this. I thought that when we kind of hit 800 about nearly 2 years ago. Because I went on a rapid growth thing, which is kind of what this one recently has been. And I thought it would only be a matter of time till we hit 1,000. But the last year and a half, I was getting to wonder if it would. But then, listen, we're at 1,060 something right now. So it went quick. But we have the questions all written down here, as I would say. And, it won't just be my face that you see. Occasionally the camera will cut and look at something else. And, we're going to get into this. But to everyone watching since June 2015, thank you very much for 1,000. I know some channels can get up to 1,000 within like a year or two, but it took me 2 years to get to 100. I'm not bothered about the small growth. In fact, the channel's going crazy right now, so who knows how long till we hit 1.1k? You never know. I don't think we'd hit 2,000 by the end of the year, but the fact that we've got the growth that we have so far, it means a lot. Thank you very much to all of you guys watching, and please enjoy this video. So question 1 is from the Fighting Edition. Do you ever see yourself doing this as a full-time job? No, I currently work night shifts in a retail store, which is why I'm able to afford what I'm able to afford. Some of the sets I've bought recently, and some of the minifigures more recently. I know I've not done a recent episode or an episode in the last week or so of the Clone Trooper series, but trust me, I splashed out for that. I don't really know, maybe in the next 10, 15 years it might get to that point, but not anytime soon, who knows. Scott asks, what set do you regret the most? Well, I'll show you what set I regret the most. Alright, I couldn't find the box for the set, and the sets were actually all away in storage, but it's the 2020 501st Battle Pack. Now, don't get me wrong, I bought 8 of those. I bought 4 of the current one, I've bought 2 of the current 332nd Trooper Battle Packs. So in the last couple of years, I have bought a lot of Battle Packs. And if you see my Clone War videos, I do really like Clone Troopers. I do tend to buy an awful lot of them. But, see, build-wise, that set is horrible build-wise. The oversized bark speeders and ATRTs just don't appeal to me. Especially considering Lego has done decent-sized ones before. Now, I get this is probably bulk up the price, but I regret buying so many simply due to the way the build is, and you can't really use them. I mean, look, this one is oversized, yeah, but this is the 2011 designed speeders, and those are quite good. And I'm going to quickly go find it, but I do believe I also had a small ATRT. So I found it, and this is the one from 2010. It came in the turbo tank, proof that Lego can do them in a normal size. So yeah, this was 10 years before. The other thing was 9 years before. So the fact that Lego, can put this back in the tank here, claim that they can't do it or they won't. They made those sets oversized to bulk up the price, because I don't think that if Lego were going to do a normal battle pack, they would have simply just done ones that size. And yeah, I was actually putting it back inside the turbo tank here. So yeah, that's what I was busy doing. Our next, but yeah, I just regret them, not for the minifigures, but more so the way just the builds are, because I feel like I can't get my use out of those parts. Question number 3 comes from Lego Republic 8747. What's your most recent set? The 2010 Turbo Tank, and I will say it's one of my favourite sets I've ever bought. I mean, I got this about nearly a week ago, and I cannot wait. In fact, the review for this will be coming next week, so stay tuned for the review of the 2010 Turbo Tank. Yeah, it's my most recent set. My most recent minifigure, I'm not saying, because, well, it will ruin a future episode of the Clone series. Try to read some of the names here. Rogers Lego, what's your oldest set? Right, the oldest set in my collection is this, the 2007 Hoth Rebel base set 76666, and this is a 2007 set. My oldest set previously was the 2006 X-Wing. This is a cool set, by the way. The 2006 X-Wing was my previous oldest set, but last August I replaced it with another X-Wing. I replaced it. So if I'm going to have multiples of, say, an X-Wing, I'd rather all the same one. And I replaced it with the 2012 X-Wing, which this model here has a lot of nostalgia for me. Put that back on the shelf there, but yeah, that was my oldest set. Our next question is from Lena. What is your ranking of all the Star Wars movies? Right. So the worst one for me is The Last Jedi. After that, it would have to be, I didn't like Solo. Then it would be The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens, Attack of the Clones, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi. No, wait. It would be, no, after, no, what's special boost? So it's going to be, I'm so bad at this. It's going to obviously be, the worst one is going to be Rise of Skywalker. Then it's going to be Solo. Then The Last Jedi. Then The Force Awakens. Then Solo. I just don't like the Disney ones that much. Then it's going to be The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then it's going to be Revenge of the Sith. I think that's all of them. The Clone Wars movie is in there. The Clone Wars, I'm just not sure where I want to put the Clone Wars movie, but I don't know. I kind of had to think of that on the spot there, so I was just trying to think fast. But yeah, our next question is from user, and now this person just input user XP2. There's a lot more numbers and letters. I just didn't bother to write those down. What's your favourite set and minifigure you have bought this year? So that is actually a really hard one, because I've not just as well as buying a lot of Star Wars stuff, I have also gotten a lot of, Indiana Jones. If you've not seen, I've been trying to collect all the Indiana Jones. I'm looking around my shelf trying to figure out what was the favourite set I bought this year. The Turbo Tank is one of them, but I think the other set I bought this year, I bought quite a few things. I bought the Clone Turbo Tank, I bought the 80 from 2010, the 08 gunship, but let me have a quick think. Yeah, it's definitely going to be the 2008 Republic Attack gunship from the Clone Wars wave in, summer 2008. For me, this set is just nostalgic, it's cool, it's got the double doors. It's the only gunship to do the double doors right, and yes, it is a knock at the new gunship, but come on, this one is just done so well. I like this one quite a lot. Yeah, it doesn't have the handle that 2013 does, but you just pick it up here. Pretty solid. It's got the cool nose art, which, if you bought multiple of these, which I'm considering buying another one or two of these, like seriously considering it, you could swap out for other nose art. There's people on the internet who make custom nose art. The figures, the Cody, the Ventress, this Plo Koon, the set, this is a really cool set for me. Track up the camera. And as for my favourite minifigure, technically it's a big fig, but since I got the Jabba's Palace back in January of 2022, I got the Rancor pit like exactly a year later, and this, come on, the Rancor is just cool because it's the Rancor, right? Our next question is from Colt. Where did you get the idea for the collecting series? I'm all about more. So, yeah, I've got 2 collecting series on the go. I've got the collecting every Lego Indiana Jones and then the one with the Clone Troopers. The idea came from a YouTuber called Rich Boy J, who's doing it with all the Star Wars figures, all of them, which I would never do. One, the cost, the weird variants, like I've got that with the Clone Trooper one already, like the Phase 1 animated style clone from '08, different antenna arrangements, different antenna colours, like that's already a lot of variants and kind of stuff to figure out as it is. So along with that, I mean, I don't like the sequels. I really do not like them at all. Um, so I don't want to buy any. In fact, I've spent the last year. I did end up with quite a few sequels things from advent calendars and gifts. I've actually spent the last year or two getting rid of it all, trading it and stuff. But back on topic, that's where the idea came from. I wanted to do it with Indiana Jones, and I'm not going to show you the Clone Trooper stand because it will spoil stuff. The Indy one I've not added to since the last episode, but I mean the variation and the fun of the Indiana Jones ones in particular has been enjoyable. I mean, I like it. I'm someone who, and especially when I was in high school, loved history as well. So the history, like all the soldiers from the Russians, the Germans, it's kind of cool and just, I mean, I was happy that the line came back this year. I'm only missing about 10 minifigures away from having the full set, which is pretty cool. But would I do more? I mean, what I've got 2 other that I have considered and might happen, but you're going to be waiting a couple of years for both of these. Unless, on the off chance that you'd have to wait for the Clone Trooper one to finish for this first one, but I would like to collect every Clone Wars animated style minifigure. The problem is I would have to buy duplicates to have both going at the same time because a lot of the Clone Troopers from Clone Wars are, the Clone Wars design, I have to take them off. But no, that's my idea. I also do love Lego Ninjago. I actually really do love the original wave from 2011 that is nostalgic. And the one from 2012, I would like to collect all the 2011 Ninjago figures. Those are 2 that I've tossed on, maybe every Stormtrooper. Like, the way these are going, they're so much fun. I would like to do it, and right now I'm on a no set buying challenge. The Turbo Tank, I just love showing this set off, alright? Is the last set I'm buying this year. I'm not buying any more sets till the battle packs come out in January, providing it's a good battle pack. Right, our next question, we're on the 8th, is Real Stud is, where did you get your shelves? So there's 2 types of shelves. There's a couple different types of shelves. I'm moving the box here that I have in my room. Let me show you. So these kind of wall shelves are they're from Argos. This bookshelf here is also like an Argos type. It's more or less like, if you're in the UK, just go on Argos and kind of look up bookshelves is the best advice I can give you on that. I don't know if it is called a Kallax, this one, but it's like a Kallax. And of course this is a Kallax, and it happens to have some Bionicles on them. Discuss in the comments. Right, our next question is from Terrakiller T1. Do you like to jump around, kick back and spin? Do you like reading silly stuff in my comment? I'm just joking. Yeah, very funny. It's the thing from Ninjago. Yeah, I'm not attempting to do that on here. Our 10th question from Simon Green. What's your next goal? So obviously I've just hit 1,000. That took 8 years to get to. I think 5,000 would be the next one where I sell it. I'm not going to celebrate 2,000. Although despite this, some channels don't even get to 1k, so I'm very grateful for being able to get here. But 5,000 would be the next milestone that we actually acknowledge on the channel. That's pretty much just that. One second. But yeah, 5,000. Question 11 from Max is, what Clone Trooper do you have the most of? Well, it used to be the 501st. I used to have like 40 something 501st, but that's been overtaken, and I'll show you which clone's overtaken that. They have been overtaken by this little guy here, the 2008 Phase 1 animated Clone Trooper. I think I have roughly around 43 or 44 of those. A couple of them I've stuck the antennas to and stuff for the Clone Trooper series, but this is my favourite Clone Trooper. This is the one when I was like 15 I aspired to get loads of, and I had like 12 of them. 4 of them had the jetpack, and then I didn't buy any more for like 5 years, and then I bought a whole bunch of them in the last couple months. I think of that. So yeah, when you see the Clone Army in May, you will see loads of these, and I'm still going to buy more. our next question is from Michael, and it says, "How do you have you met any friends while doing this?" Yes, so yeah and no, right? One of my friends, and he was in the Comic Con video. He's called Terrakiller T1. In fact, if you go to the questions video, he's the one that asked the Ninjago question. I knew him from high school, and it just turns out he didn't do YouTube because of me. I didn't do it because of him. In fact, he started about 3 years after me. But it more so he was already doing YouTube, so I'm already friends with him. So yeah, I don't know if you want to count that one. We have to turn the page now for this next question. But oh, there we go. Right, our next question, and that's number 13 we're on, is, and it's from Matthews. All your collection on display? No. Right, I've got a set of drawers back there. The plastic ones are all like my spare kind of ATRTs, a whole bunch of the tanks, and just like the clone command stations are kept in there, along with like a Minecraft set or two. I am currently trying to sell a bunch of sets. One of them is a 2013 Republic gunship, the Dagobah Jedi Tree. I'm trying to sell a few, the Mando Starfighter. I'm trying to get rid of a few. It might shock you about the gunship, but I'd rather swap the 2013 one out for a second 08. So yeah, that's something I'm doing. But no, not all of it's out on display. It would be nice, but I'm just, the space is a thing there. Green Dragon asks, what is the worst era of LEGO Star Wars? It just depends on what you're a fan of. Some people really do not like the early years, or some people who only like the modern years. For me, the best era of LEGO Star Wars is 2005 through 14. I love those. Those 9 years of LEGO Star Wars are my favourite. I do like some of the early years, but the worst era for me is 2015 until 2020, because there's barely any clone troopers. It was all sequel based, and that's fine. But if you, like myself, you don't like the Disney stuff, it just, yeah, we had the Mandalorian and stuff in there, but I just could not love it. I just did not enjoy those sets. I don't have a lot of sets from that era, and that's very telling. Muff asks, what? I'm trying to read. My own handwriting is a very big problem. Well, wait. Well, you get the Venator. Right, that UCS Venator is a brilliant set. I really did like the Venator when I saw it, and I do want the Venator. Like, no questions asked, I want to buy that. I could go out and buy it next time I get paid, because I know it's like I work the night shift, so I could actually go buy one. Where do I put the Venator is an even more fun question that I don't want to confront. I don't know. I'd have to have a think about it, but I will get one. And if I have to sit in storage until I get my own place, then so be it. Faron asks, will you do the other Scooby-Doo sets? Right, so back in November or December last year, I can't remember which one, I bought this, right? In fact, you can even tell by the t-shirt, which I didn't realise I just realised I'm wearing a Scooby-Doo t-shirt. This, along with Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the Star Wars movies and stuff, was one of my favourite things as a kid, was Scooby-Doo. And I was collecting Lego in 2015. I got back into it in 2015. I didn't realise Lego Scooby-Doo was a thing. I never saw it on store shelves, and when I discovered it, I'm like, I wanted the Mystery Machine, and this is one of my favourite sets. I bought it sealed because there's all the stickers. I kind of just wanted to have it, fresh. I don't often do that with sets. I mean, the only other sets I've bought recently that have been sealed and retro have been the X-Wing, Palpatine's Arrest, the B-Wing, Jabba's Palace, and that. I don't really buy that many retro sealed sets. But yeah, I would like to get the other ones. I just hit space. I've just not gotten around to them. There's been other sets that have been more important. But yeah, 100%. I want to get the full collection of the minifigures, all like 15 or 16. X Samurai, in your last building series, you talked about how basically, right, I'm going to summarise the question because it's a long one. When I did building Christopsis back in 2020, it had already been 2 years since building Forum back in 2018, which I'm now realising 5 years ago. Ouch. Time flies. And I said in building Christopsis, you will not have to wait 2 years this time. Well, see, in the 3 years since that ended, things changed. About 6 months or less after I filmed, well, let's say 8 months after I filmed the. Basically, a lot of things changed. Right, you might notice that this room is not the room that I was filmed in. When I moved into this house, it was just me and my brother, right, with the only kids in the house, really. Because I was like, 15 when we moved in here? I had the space to do things like that. I still had the facilities. We had this table in the living room. It was too big, so I got it in the bedroom, and that's how I started to film that type of content, and it was a lot of fun. I think I got a good year or two out of the table, but when I moved into this smaller room, we had to downsize, and I only have one space, and it's my review areas where I could build mocks, and it's on top of one of the Calixes. So that is why it's been 3 years. I have one planned. See, here's my idea, right? People do these. It's inspired by an M&R Productions video. My idea is I want to build those old clone bases built by 2x4s, but I want to take the concept to a huge extreme. That's kind of what I want to do. But it's just been a space thing. It's like, which is a shame because back when I did Chrysopsis, I didn't have the money. I could only use the parts in my collection because I was unemployed. I didn't have a job yet. But now that I do, is like, see, if I had the space still, I would sink money into a mock like crazy. Our next question is from Lego Leo 8562. What inspired this channel? Quite a few things inspired this one. I remember when I was younger, back in 2011, 2012, 13, watching Solid Brick Studios review sets. A few of the ones that one of the ones I always remember watching the review of was this one. For some reason, it's always the one I always remember is the Malevolence, which is one of my favourite sets of all time. But watching M&R Productions is like, I wanted to do that, and when I was 12, I started this. I'm 20 now, so we've been going for 8 years. The piece of paper's conveniently come off. And question 19 is from Patrick Ross. What is your first Star Wars set? So, if we're going back from when I was a kid, my first set originally would have been this, right? This is the Imperial Dropship Battle Pack from 2008. Really cool set. It would have been this. But when I got back into Lego and restarted my collection, it would have been, if I think I've got this one right, the Final Duel from 2015. The Final Duel set, it was that one that had like the kind of three main sections, the stairs coming down. They remade it a couple of years ago, and then this year they've remade like the diorama version of it, if you know the set I'm on about. It would be that. And our final question is from the Spectacular Nothingness and asks, where's the Pokemon card videos? Well, let's talk about that. Kind of. So some of you may remember months ago I did a Pokemon card video. Well, since then I have bought a binder, and so this was something I was into maybe 10, 15 years ago, but it's something I kind of got back into, and it's more like the retro Pokemon cards, and I have so many of things, just like binder full of the cards. I did a video in here just to test how it would do, and it didn't really meet my expectations. So I didn't really bother to continue it, and well, this is the binder. It's got a kind of cool effect on it. I just didn't see the point in continuing because it didn't reach my expectations, view-wise, and I'm not going to do some, like, obviously this isn't all about doing it for that, but if it's not going to, people aren't going to watch it, I mean, what's the point of me doing it, right? But that was more or less it. I did start a second channel last year called Captain Rex's Nostalgic Toy Chest, where I was going to talk, it was an idea me and a friend come up with, where I would talk about other stuff. We did like the snap type kind of Star Wars models on there. Maybe the Pokemon cards should move over there, I don't know. But that's all 20 questions. It's kind of nuts that I've hit this. Is it 1061 or 62? I don't think I'll get to 5,000 anytime soon, obviously. Like, I will give it another, 2 or 3 years before we're sitting doing another type of this video. So we'll probably be in a completely different room by then, or we'll have evolved into balls of gas or something. I don't know, right? My nut side comes out on this channel occasionally. Goodbye, professionalism. But, yeah, it's kind of nuts, This channel is only like a year and a half away or less from being 10 years old. That's crazy. If you think about it, this channel started in 2015. The sequels are just coming out. Star Wars Rebels was in like its second season. That is nuts, right? Considering that next year this channel turns 9, and then the next year, like June 2025, 2025 will be a big year. It'll be the 10-year anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. Sorry, no, the 20-year anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, the 10-year anniversary of the sequels, not that I care. And it's going to be nuts. I'd like to do something big for that. But, unfortunately, in that time, I promise I won't promise to wear a helmet that I clearly can't wear. But, it's been a lot of fun doing this over the years, talking to people in the comment section, making these videos, doing the collection videos, the Clone Army videos. All of it has been so much fun. And I hope that this continues to grow because, obviously that question about it being a job, I would like it to get, I probably won't. I am currently studying and doing university work, so I'm at that point where it's like I've got the education thing sorted anyway. But listen, I've had so much fun recording this, talking about questions, and I've enjoyed it. So the next video, I don't know if there'll be one on Friday or not. See, the Fridays are kind of conflicted because of the sleeping thing for work, but next Tuesday, please look forward to a review. I've not done a review in a while, but we are doing the 2010 Clone Turbo tank. But again, I want to thank everyone for, well, we're over 1,000 now, but I just wanted to get this out there. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys in the next video.